everybody, and a very warm welcome to One Hub Racing Season 28, round number 9. We only got a few rounds to go of this incredible championship, and we head to the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. It is the P1 tier. Still plenty of drivers that could potentially be eliminated tonight, and plenty of drivers that could stake their chance of potentially winning this championship. I'm Jess Ball, and joining me once again, we have Jamie. Jamie, how you doing?
Yeah, hello, yeah, very good. Looking forward to this, and at the moment it's looking like a two-horse race between Alex and Marco, and the battle for third looks intriguing between Nikita and Craggy, both tied on points, so yeah, that's looking good, but at the moment it's looking like Marco and Alex are going to be fighting it for the last third of the season. I can't wait, it should be good.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting and plenty of action still to happen in terms of those guys. And unfortunately, Kevin has departed from the league. Don't want to go into too much more, really. But yeah, he's no longer a part of One Hub Racing. So that means, of course, that means a championship fight. Going to be quite exciting. More people will have a chance of prizes. So we'll find out what happens. Of course, we've had plenty of different winners tonight. Will we see a new race winner like we saw in P4 tier tonight? We're going to have to wait and see. We are just getting to qualifying. It was a bit late starting because obviously P2 had a really great ending to the Chinese Grand Prix where we saw a four-way fight for the victory, and that was a lot of fun to cover, I have to say. I really enjoyed watching that, and I think it was Kinney that won that one, which meant the title is going back next week, because obviously Kinney had to beat Jacob, and he did. So let's get into quali then, with 11 minutes to go, and Marco is currently out there on the top already with a 1:31. I would expect the 1:31s to be the fastest at the moment in qualifying, and there's plenty of drivers that have been struggling this season, but I think China is a track where we could see again a lot of different varying strategies. Double hard, double medium. I think either could work around it. He can make either work. It depends on personal preference.
Yeah, definitely, it is down to that. I went double hard, but new guys went double medium. It depends on that, how hard you're on tyres as well, what you're comfortable with. Yeah, speaking of Marco, he hasn't had a podium last 3 races, so since his win in round 5 in Hungary. So Marco needs to get his form on gear. Obviously, he's had a few engine penalties, car penalties helped. He finished 4th last week. With Alex winning the last 3 races, Marco needs to cement himself there. And getting that lap's great. And at the moment, Alex has yet to set a lap. So Alex is under pressure a bit there. I believe he didn't invalidate his first run. So yeah. So not ideal for the Hasport man, and he'll be hoping to go out and set a lap time, because sat in the background here, it's going to be difficult for him to move through this field.
Yes, we've got drivers on second laps, and I've had experience. If you do not have a good qualifying, you're going to find it hard to climb your way through the field, because we see many drivers in all the tiers that could have been higher up there. They had the pace, but they just couldn't get past due to the wings as well, the varying setups that people had. I know some people preferred high downforce, some people preferred something in between, and some people prefer very, very low. So we'll see what drivers go for in the P1 tier, but here comes Casper then as he makes his way towards turn number 3. A driver who I think is looking for a bit of confidence going into tonight. He's felt like the last couple of races hasn't gone his way, but he's had a lot of fun, of course, into it, heading in towards turn 6. A bit of a lower gear for some of the drivers to get the car in through extra rotation. In some corners, you can take it in none, so you get that extra traction going through the corners. Through turn 8, keeping the car as tight as you can now as you enter turn 9. Flip the car on the apex there. Don't run too wide into the curb, because otherwise you'll lose a lot of time, like a lot of drivers have done tonight. Heading in towards turn 11 now, you would put your ERS battery on none once again, keeping your car as fully to the left as you can, and start to modulate the throttle as you make your way towards turn 13, the longest straight on this track, and we're going to see battery deployed quite rapidly here this evening. And I think I'm just looking at his lap time. I can't tell if he's going to be faster or slower, but as he enters in towards turn 15 now, he's saving a bit more battery as he exits the last corner. I don't think it might be fastest, but it could be close to Mert or Epic's territory.
Looks good.
Goes up to the line. 31.7. Never mind. The final sector, he really showed it. Actually, no, the final sector was where he lost time. It was the first and second sector where we were just so close to Marco. But yeah, the last sector didn't look that good for me, but first and second sector, you can tell he's got it nailed on.
Yeah, maybe good music. Maybe he's got a bit more wing, feel a bit comfortable in the mid part of that there. Yeah, Casper obviously his qualifying form late's been good, but he's yet to finish in the points since his podium in round 4 at Silverstone. So that's not good for him. But he has shown really good pace, and he has set a fast lap point in that period there. As Lakita gets the pole position, a guy who got pole last week, I believe. So yeah, Lakita good quite form again. Yeah, Casper needs to get some good race results. The raw pace is there, but he's just getting involved in silly incidents, and that is costing him a lot of places in the order. Down in 12th place in the standings.
Yeah, I think honestly there are plenty of drivers that are losing so much more points. Like in particular, the first couple of rounds. If I felt that they could have potentially been higher, like I thought I could hear myself a little bit, so I turned myself down. It's I think my monitoring software that I could hear quite a lot of things going on.
Gabe's had a spin in the hairpin end of sector 1. He has a spin there. He went a bit, yeah. So he's facing the wrong way, but he continues now. 5th place, good lap there by the LP man. Obviously made his debut last week, and good to see him back as them tyres are red hot.
Yeah, the tyres are gone.
Yeah, needs to just cool it and bring it back to the pits. The tyre's gone now, so he needs to just ensure and getting people's way, and that car is not looking nice. So yeah, to come in the pits and he can go again as Marco gets pulled out at 13.6, back on form now. He needs to pick up some form for his championship hopes, and yeah, that is a great lap by him there. Obviously 13 points back on Alex, and Alex hasn't actually left the pits. He's still in the pit lane. I wonder if he's got some sort of issue. He actually hasn't left the pits for the last 10 minutes. So I wonder if Alex has got a problem there. It's not ideal for him coming on the back of 3 consecutive wins.
To be fair, there's plenty of drivers that have been struggling with their equipment all day. I think there was one driver in your tier that had to miss today's race because of a Fanatec issue, which... Yeah. Oh no, it was a power cut. Okay. Which was honestly
well, there might have been
very
issue, but yeah, one of them was a power cut. Yeah. One of the Alpine drivers. Yeah, Matt Croft had to miss, and the guy second championship, Aripa, had to miss it because he had to call them to work late. So yeah, that's not ideal for him. It's quite sad to see, but yeah, we had a good race otherwise, and obviously it's a shame it wasn't streamed, but it was a good race. I do assure you of that.
Yeah, I was watching it from an engineer's point of view through the wonderful screen sharing, and yes, it was a good race. Of course, we had our debutant race winner of Oken, so well done to him, as he is now the next person to add himself to the One Hub Racing winners list, and there is quite a lot of them right now, and he's get added to the exclusive club of drivers that have won in One Hub Racing history. Here's a man who has not set the lap that I thought he was going to set. Here's my pick a pole, and he's only down in 14th. Craigie, he is losing he lost quite a bit of time there, and he's struggling, and it's quite late into the session, and with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go, this is not setting the timing screens alight here, and we thought he was going to be right up there near the top, so I'm a bit worried about the Ferrari driver. In particular, even though he joined midway through the season, with certain protagonists out of this championship fight now. Oh, no, that's Craigie at the moment on the exit of turn 8 in towards turn 9 and 10 now. This car, this setup, just doesn't suit Craigie at all. I wonder if he didn't have enough time to practice there.
No, yeah, that car looks really awful. And that lap's not much quicker than what I did in qualifying. So it just shows he's not really clear coming around here. Obviously, tied third in the championship with Lakita on 77 points. He didn't join till Silverstone. So that is showing how quick he is. If he was here the full season, he'd been in that charter fight, but not over lap time here. The car looks horrific. Luckily for him, he can change his setup for the race. As Alex has left the pit, so we will get that from Alex. Only one though. Alex is putting himself under a lot of pressure for whatever reason for his last run. But yeah, Craigie's lap doesn't look good here. I don't think this will break. He's coming to pits. Yeah, he's got time to come in, come out again, put a set of fresh tyres on. He hits the wall there. Wow.
Oh.
He hit the pit wall there, damaged his wing. Thankfully, it shouldn't cost him anything, but he nearly was out of session. I binned it there in season 10 and retired from the race on a damp track on dry tyres. But yeah, that was very.
He almost did a little bit Lewis Hamilton there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, it's so difficult there. I think thankfully him, he managed to get slowed down because Yang was going in the wall there. I thought he was going to lose his wheel there, but thankfully he hasn't. And he should have time to come out again. You come out with about 2 minutes to go, and then he should get a lap in. As Alex Corral, our championship leader, is on his flying lap. This will be the only lap of the session. He's not going to get the one in, is he?
He is not. And quite a few drivers for pick a pole. Is Alex. He's only going to have one chance, and if he bottles it, then that'll be it, and he'll be starting near the back of the grid. Purple set to 1 is Alex right now. We'll see if he's gained quite a bit compared to his rivals. We won't know until he's crossed the finish line. Collins on the lap, Morgan on the lap, who's had a very good season so far in the P1 tier. He's even said in his pre-race interviews that he hasn't had the time to practice that much, is Morgan in the Ferrari. But he's having a lot of fun, and to be fair, he's shown to be very competitive, is Morgan, and he's doing a brilliant job as for a driver who I think will learn quite a lot being in this division and will probably go a bit quicker as a result as all the other drivers. But let's watch go on board with Alex once again as a driver in front of Morgan, or it might be Craigie actually, as Callum goes second, another driver who has had a really poor season, and he's missing I think a couple of races towards the end of the season, so I think I'm almost certain he's out of the title fight for sure after tonight. Here comes Alex heading towards turn 14. I didn't see what his set time was in sector 2.
Doesn't look a particularly great lap to me. Maybe my eyes deceived, but it doesn't look a great lap. He's got Morgan on the back, matching Morgan.
He's invalidated.
And that'll be this next lap as well. That'll be in this next lap as well.
So yeah, that is 37.50. That would have put him 15th.
Yeah, and because he invalidated there, it was in this next lap, and also Morgan right behind him also did the exact same thing. So I think at the moment Alex is set to start, unless you've got enough fuel to do a third lap. I think Alex started back of the grid here.
Oh, someone's had a spin. That was Casper. So I think that he was on a lap, but I think he lost it coming out of turn 10. So that is his lap, unfortunately, over.
Yeah, as Callum goes second. Callum goes second on the grid. So great lap by Callum in the McLaren. Not had the best season this season, obviously. I expect him to be champion contender this season. It hasn't come for him, but he is showing good form here. And this is great news for Marco. All his issues for championship rivals. It is fantastic news for Marco, who's going to start his second lap here. And can he lower the benchmark even further? I don't think he's got a pole yet this season.
No,
that's
he
something
hasn't.
for him that's something for us very rare. That can be him. He's in a good position to maybe get the pole position tonight. As Alex, I'm not sure if he's going to get enough. I think Alex is done here for quali. I don't think he's going to get a lap in.
No, but he's not. I think he's not. I think the checker flag is going to drop very soon. Callum has had his race time done, so it will be up to Marco, Lakito, and Casper. But I think with Casper spinning, I think it's his lap done. Yep, Casper's lap is done. Mert's on a lap as well as he enters in towards turn 12 and is set to 2 times compared to everybody else. Is really solid and very, very clean. And his first podium he got was a few rounds ago in Bahrain, and then he picked himself another one last time out in Jeddah. So checker flag has dropped then. A few drivers heading across the line now as one of the Ferraris are going into the pits. Let's watch Mert now go up to the line. The next driver to cross the line will be one of the Alpines, I believe. Actually, it'll be one of his teammates. But here comes Mert, and then it'll be Marco up next. So Mert up to the line. What's it going to be? 4th place for him. Let's watch Marco. He's next. Our clear championship rival. He could get pole tonight, and he does not improve, but consistent still in the 131.6s. He would take that in a heartbeat. More drivers coming across the line. I think we've got one of the Alpines. That is Gabe, who has got into an accident. Oh, he's hit the wall. So he's out, but he got involved in an accident. It was a car accident or something, as Casper's had a bit of a spin again, and he's still managing to race. So fair play, because we thought he wasn't going to do the rest of the season, but he's committed, and he's going to do the rest.
Here, last corner.
Yeah, Arnold's going to cross the line now, as Jacobs validated, by the way, and spun. 131.6 for Arnold. He likes this track. I've seen him in many leagues do a lap here, and he's pretty good. As a K2. The key to a 131.6 for the Red Bull driver, and it looks like no one else is going to beat him unless Alex can do anything about it.
I don't think he's going to beat it. He's on old tyres, so he's going to beat Paul, but he wants to get high up as good as possible. What can he do across the line? Well, can he salvage his session? What can he do? 11th. Well, it's better than last, I guess. But look at that. The first 6 are all less than a 10th apart, and that is quite incredible. That shows you how close this P1 tier is. A 10th off, and you're down in 7th on the grid. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's like F1 sim racing, but to be fair, One Hub Racing is better. Don't tell anyone I said
Not as
that.
laggy, not as laggy. anyway, on pole we got
Oh!
Lakitu, and second place we got Marco, third got Callum, fourth we got Arnard, fifth Mert, sixth Casper, a lot of Finnish drivers in this tier, seventh Epic Logan, eighth Gabe, ninth Axlock on his return, 10 J. Cole, 11 our champion leader Alex, 12 Craggy, 13th Dave, 14th Morgan, 15th Clark, and 16th Colin, and 17th Curry. The whole field separate second. I tell you what, I did not expect to see Alex and Craggy on the 6th row. I expect to see 1 and 2 next to name. I did expect to see the 1 ahead of the 1 and the 2.
Yeah, I think there were plenty of drivers, I have to say. I'm thinking of Curry and Colin, who I think struggled quite a bit there to really get themselves a little bit of a feel for the track. And I think for many drivers, they haven't had a chance to practice that much. Colin, by the way, was doing a little bit of painting leading up to the session. And he feels like painting is more important than One Hub. Surely, Cole, that's not what One Hub is about. Surely racing should be more important. Only joking, but there we go. But some really standout performances tonight. Lakitu, he saw that obviously Kevin's not racing for the rest of the season now. He's taken the opportunity with both hands. I don't believe he's won a race this season. Could this be the opportunity that he kind of deserves to potentially close in on Alex? Because he saw that his nearest rival, Alex, is right near the back of the grid.
Yeah, that could be a possibility for him. Yeah, his best result second place, Lakitu. He got that in Australia and Britain, round 3, round 4. Yeah, this could be a great opportunity for Lakitu. Let's not forget, in Australia, Lakitu was set for quite an easy win until the safety car really did screw him over. So yeah, I believe Lakitu will be looking for a good opportunity to win a race tonight. Obviously, he surpassed the 1,000-point mark in one of racing last week, so a very experienced driver. Not many drivers have crossed the 1,000-point mark, so yeah, very experienced driver, former champion, of course, and yeah, he's looking to really add another trophy to his collection. Obviously, title points are Craggy, and if he can have a good race, and Alex and Marco not, he can maybe put himself back in the championship contention, but he needs some help from the two ahead. And Alex was doing his best to give some help in that qualifying session, not going to lie.
Yeah, I was wondering why Alex was struggling now. I was a bit disappointed about his qualifying performance, but he has got plenty of opportunities for him to fight back in the race, because he's generally very good in the race anyway. We've seen drivers come from low down the grid to get to good results before. Like Jacob was one of them in the P2 race, where he still managed to get up on the podium despite getting engine penalties. And talking of engine penalties, we've got a few in the P1 tier. We've got about 6. So we've got gearboxes for Arnold, Curry, and Epic the Animal. And we got Jaco also taking a gearbox. And an engine will be Axelot and Callum Unarmed. There's certain drivers that were struggling anyway, so they can climb their way through. Arnold with a gearbox. With him doing a good qualifying session, I wonder if he's picked this track because probably he could overtake there, because I didn't think he would have chosen it if he was bad at it. So I think he's chosen it because he's quite quick around here.
Yeah, it is a track where you can overtake. You've got that massive long back straight at the start of sector 3. Now you've also got the pit straight where you can do some moves, and there's also 1 or 2 corners mid lap where you can go. So it is a track good for overtaking. And obviously quite high tyre wear, so you can get a bit of divergence in strategy. Yeah, we've seen Alex, and that's a solidly decent season in the midfield. Obviously not been in the podium fight, but perhaps got some really good points. And yeah, I think today, obviously he's got to do it at some point, and he's really thought today was going to be a good race. And I think it helps these guys that taking it. Got 8 in the P40. It helps these guys today doing it being a dry race, because it makes moving through that field a hell of a lot easier.
To be fair, though, not many drivers have still got to take it. I think there's only a few drivers that still got to take one or both. I think I'm looking at all the drivers. I think most people in all of the tiers have taken at least one. I think there's certain drivers that haven't taken it at all, and I'm a bit cautious as to why they've done that, because the latest they could take one of them is Miami if they've done all the races. So I'm a little bit worried that they could get points deductions, but there we go. I wouldn't want to be the one who will lose points for their constructors, especially if you're the one challenging for the title. I'll have to wait and see. We've got both Mercedes, by the way, missing. No Senna tonight either, so Mercedes are going to drop a huge haul of points in the
Yeah, they were.
constructors. So yeah, Senna again is not here tonight. To be fair though, Senna did tell me he was missing the next two. He missing last week and this week, so it was planned. But yeah, Senna should be back next week.
That's good because Mercedes do need some drivers there because Williams now got a 16-point lead, and if they can have a good result like shown in qualifying, then they can really put one hand on Constructors' Trophy tonight if they really nail it with a Haas. Obviously, Alex doing a great job for Haas, but his teammate sort of not really scoring many points. So the Williams boys can get a really good result tonight, and they can really cement their claim to the championship. Obviously, Williams team with the most wins in one racing history, and they're looking again to maybe extend that gap, I think, with the drivers they've got in this tier.
And pretty much we do have two drivers near the bottom of the tier being called in the rivalries, actually, including Alex's teammate, Curry. And we also have Dave as well. Dave is, I think, should be joining in the race. So hopefully we would get him in. I'm just looking in the P1 chat to see if he wants an invite. I think... I'm not entirely sure at the moment. Mike, is it me or the game's stuck on the race screen for quite a bit of time? But yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to make a new lobby, folks. But we oh no, we're good. It was Mert that was causing the issue, so I think we are fine now. But as I was saying, I was gonna find the rivalries, but I got a bit distracted with the chat because I was wondering why on earth this lobby was taking a long time. Anyway, they were asking the rivalries, Curry and Dave, you both found yourself in the bottom two of the championship, and they were asking whether it was a fair reflection of their pace, or do they feel they've been unlucky this season? And in the last 4 races, do you feel they can get some valuable points to move up in the standings? As Dave says he feels like he's a bit disappointed, which I agree, because he does have the raw pace, but he hasn't shown it. In Saudi and Bahrain, he got involved in some small incidents, but at the same time, he still has had fun since the guys are so fast and good races. I could tell he's had a lot of fun because he's always hyped up a lot of drivers in the chat. But he thinks there's still a possibility that he could score 2 points, score points in the remaining races, and maybe can climb a position or two in the World Drivers' Championship. China is around where I feel like he's will be competitive. While he's starting at the back of the grid, we'll see if he can make his way through. We've seen drivers in all tiers make their way from the back of the grid to finish highly. So we'll see if Dave could do the same.
Yeah, good to see him do. Yeah, he just have good pace at times, but he just makes too many mistakes. I tend to see him a lot, with a broken front wing and stuff. I think at the start, maybe, but give me advice. Maybe at the start, maybe just be a bit, not too. Just maybe have a clean couple of laps, and then you can build yourself into the race. But obviously, if you're at the back of the grid in a tier, it's difficult because you want to show some aggression, but it's just when the mistakes keep coming up as it is for him, he just curveballs, and I've had seasons like that where it's just not gone well. You just keep the harder you try, the worse it gets. So I think maybe for Dave, maybe if he just has a calm couple laps start of the race, then he could definitely score points in this lobby for sure.
I think that was me last season in P2, where I was like out of my league and everyone else was quicker than me, and somehow I still managed to get top 10 in the championship, which I have no idea how. But anything is possible with Dave, and he could still, with David Curry, they could still climb up quite a bit in this championship. They're on 4 points and 2 points respectively. So I really do hope they have a much better result here in China, like they said. But let us have a look then at the drivers' standings, as I'm trying to disable the telemetry, because otherwise you'll be able to see the telemetry as well. But we've got Alex at lead with Marco in second, closely followed by Lakita with 77 points, joint with Craggy. Then we've got Logan on 52, and there are your rest of your standings. Logan on... No, I said Logan. Never mind. Callum on 48, Mert on 47. Then we've got Jaco, Atstock, Senna, Casper, and that is the rest of your standings, as you can see. And I think as long as you are within 40 points of Alex going into next week, you should be back in championship contention. Otherwise, you will be eliminated. So I think you're right. It is turning to maybe a 2 or 3 horse race. And Lakito needs a decent result tonight, because otherwise he'll be knocked out.
Yeah, he will. Obviously, it'll be 63 points with 3 races to go. But realistically, I think it has to be within 40 points. If you're 60 back, you really got no chance. But yeah, Lakitu and Craggy, they're still with a shout, but they need to really just nail it today. I think I think it's between them four really, but realistically it's between Marco and Alex for it, and they're going to have a showdown with Lakita, Craigie, and possibly Logan. Logan can maybe get herself in a fight for third if he has a good race tonight. And you got Callum and Mert behind. Mert has shown some really good pace, like two podiums in a row. And yeah, watch out for Mert. He's doing a great job for his teammate and the constructors. And Mert's a guy who I'm going to predict is going to win one of these races towards the end of the season.
I've just been disconnected from the lobby. Apologies. So you probably were waiting for me. So I am so sorry. I was wondering why I was in a lobby by myself there. I think everyone was kicked, to be honest. Yeah, everyone was kicked from that lobby. So, yeah. I was like, I was in a lobby to myself. I was lobbing life. But yeah, I was kicked for a lobby. As hello, Mike in the chat, our P2 commentator. P2 put on the show, definitely indeed. Let's see if P1 responds. Now, let's get our predictions in before we head into the main race action, because we're trying to get everyone else back in again. Jamie, who do you think is going to be top three? I've already predicted mine, but I think mine has probably gone way out the window now because Cranny's in the back, Alex is in the back as well. So yeah, I'm messed up, but I'm not changing mine. But Jamie, what about you? After seeing qualifying, who do you think is going to win this one?
Yeah, that grid order may mess you up. I'm going to go for Williams 1-2. I think Marco will take the win, and I think his teammate Mert will be in second. And I'm going to go for third place. Go for Lakita. I think Lakita for a cheeky podium in third place and really pull ahead of Craigie in that battle.
I think that's what Colin did. Colin predicted Lakita in third, I think, or was it me? I can't remember. Sorry, I'm just trying to invite the Steam people because for some reason, when Colin invites them, it's an absolute nightmare. But I can't seem to find them on my Steam list, which is very frustrating. They're appearing offline for me, so bear with me.
17 drivers in the lobby, so I think everybody's in. 17 in the lobby, so I think
everyone's in, I think. Yeah, everyone is in. Craigie's just come in, so thank you, Colin. But now we will probably going to have to set the grid. It's going to take a bit longer to set the grid, unfortunately, but luckily we hardly had any delays tonight, have we? I think the only proper delay we had was P2. Every other tier, I think we pretty much started on time. So I think we could get away with P1 starting just a little bit late, which it gives us more chance to have a look at what the drivers have been saying in the excuse me, in the media day stuff. And we were chatting about Morgan earlier, actually, about how he's had a very good season, and he was asked in the drivers press conference how does he feel his season has went, and does he think he got the results he deserved, or is there more to come from him? And Morgan has said it's been super fun to race in P1 tier. I feel like I have learned a lot already, but I do think I have more to bring to the table. I haven't really had the time to practice as much this season, and that is clearly affecting my results, I feel like, but still taking on one race at a time and trying to bring out the best I've got every race. So to be fair, with him not practicing that much, he's still been putting in some great performances, and fair play to Morgan, because he's showing that you don't necessarily have to be near the front to be getting better and better each race.
No, definitely not. You don't have to be at the front. You learn with faster drivers. I remember season 22. I was in a tier I really was not quick enough for, but I stayed in there and I learned a lot, especially about race starts, because I used to have decent starts. Sometimes I had decent grid results in that tier, a good quali lap, and then I noticed at the start the higher tier driver, they were a lot better at race starts, a lot more aggressive at starts, and I took that in now to where racing them at my tiers now, and I think even though I botched start today, obviously I lost the lead in turn one, but I think my starts this season have been good, and the things you also learn about how racing people, because obviously I got overtaken a lot, so you learn about where to overtake, and I think I'm a lot better wheel to racing than I was a few seasons ago. I think that's the sort of thing Morgan is definitely learning tonight. I know across the season he's had some good results. Obviously his best result was a 4th place, which in this tier is nothing to be ashamed of. 13th in the championship and on 26 points. So he's ahead of drivers like Arnard and Colin. They're really good drivers. So he's not far behind like Casper and Senna and Axel. No. But yeah, he's not far behind like J. Cole, obviously previous top tier champion. So yeah, he is showing really good form this season, and obviously, I'm looking to see how he develops across future seasons. Obviously, with maybe different games coming out in the future, it may shake up a bit. But he's definitely made a good impression this game. Also winning the P2 tier championship and being solid in the midfield in the P1 tier. Obviously, you don't need P2 driver to move up last season.
Yes, indeed. And I have to say, learn from Morgan. If you feel like, oh, I'm going to struggle in a higher tier, learn from Morgan. And I feel like John has done the same in the P3 tier. Like, he feels like he's a bit uncomfortable at times, but then when he gets points, he celebrates like he wins the race. So you learn every time. And I can definitely agree with Morgan, because I was in quite a few leagues. I think there was one night where I was racing in a tier which was suiting my pace, whereas the next night, the 3 nights after, I was racing in a higher tier where I was getting lapped every race. But at least I was looking at people's lines, watching them see where they took the corner. I was seeing where they would overtake, and it's definitely taken some skill. It helped me with some skills on how to improve my racecraft as well. So hopefully we should get underway soon. Apologies for the delay, everybody. I'm just looking in the chat to see if we have any word from Colin. No, it doesn't look like it. We are almost there though, because I think it does say lobby updated, so we should be getting underway soon. I think we have a lot of engine penalties, so that's why we have to apply this. But what do you think is going to be the trickiest corners to manage tonight? Of course, you've got turns 1 and 2, the very tight corners to get right. We have seen overtakes there, to be fair, which is very brave for some people. And of course, we've got the long straight and back straight in towards 13 and 14. We've seen many people run low wings just to even try and close in and get past. But we've seen people run higher wings, and it just hasn't worked for them. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens as the drivers are getting ready to ready up.
Yeah, but Colin's left the session, so we might have another restart here. But yeah, for me, turn 1, turn 2, that is really difficult. And I think tonight the corner I struggled with was that long. I can't remember what number it was. That long sweeping corner leading onto the back straight. That is a real pain, because turn 1 and turn 2, it's like basically when do I let go of the throttle? When do I put the throttle on? And you want to put the throttle on, but you know it's too early, because if you do, you're just going to spin up and just kill your tyres. And that corner leading onto the back straight, it's sort of the same really, but a lot longer. And on dead tyres, going through that corner is just absolute torture. And if you're following the car through there, and these on DRS stretch, you need a good exit out of turn 13, because if you don't, then
there's people going to try and get past you.
Sitting duck down the straight, but it is a corner where you can gain a load of time. If you get it right, you can gain 2 or 3 tenths easy. So if you get it right, you're going to love it. But if you don't, you're going to hate it. Same with turn 1, turn 2.
I'm a bit worried about Colin, because he's just joined the session. I'm worried he hasn't been given a car, and I'm just trying to see.
I'll go and pause menu and have a look.
Let's have a look, because I am not on the screen right now. Yeah, he's there, but he's starting at the back. He's starting at the back of the grid.
And
so
the Mercedes
he's in.
According to this, so,
yeah, he's in the Mercedes. Yeah. But well, he couldn't really do much, Colin, to be fair, because he got kicked from the lobby. So yeah, at least he's in now. So there we go. But I think it's been given a new host now. I'm actually worried now the host might be me, because I was second to join the lobby, and I'm streaming.
I think it was Callum. I think Callum.
No, it was the first lobby. Never mind. Second lobby, it was Callum. Right, I'm all good. Panic over, because in the first lobby that we did, I was the first one to join after Colin. So yeah. I'm so relieved about that. But let's go through our sponsors very quickly, because we don't have long to go. Delta.app, all your investments in one app. If you use the code Delta, you can track your investments like the world's top investors with Delta by clicking on the link in the chat, or by using the command Delta, or click the link in the description. Next Level Racing, those are the amount of prizes that they could win this season. Sim racing setups, of course. A lot of drivers are running those from sim racing setups tonight. I run one of the setups tonight from an F1 sim racing driver from Williams, and to be honest, I was quite quick around that track with them, so thank you to that. We got Pure Sim Gear. They got a discount at the moment if you use the code OHR10P to get 10% off. I'm flying by this, because we're not going to be that long before we start. Vespertine are supporting our championship apparel and merchandise. And finally, of course, we've got SimGrid. Without SimGrid, there will be lots of forms and stuff to fill out as well. And I forgot to say, the winner of the most combined poles and fastest, that will get some gloves. So that is going to be the case there. I had to go through these very quickly because we realised we haven't got through the sponsors. Let us know, everybody, in the chat, who do you think's going to win this one? And again, thank you for bearing with us with a delay. I think the game has had quite a few issues tonight. I was lagging quite a bit in the game, and even though I wasn't in the Discord, so I think the servers are playing funny buggers tonight with the lobby host, it seems. So fingers crossed at the moment. I'm just laughing what's happening in the P1 chat at the moment. Not going to say things too much before I get told off as well. So yeah, Colin has been put in the Mercedes, which is a bit frustrating. But any final thoughts to say, Jamie, before we kickstart round 9 of season 28?
Yeah, it should be a good one. This track is normally good for racing. You can get lots of side-by-side moments in several corners. And yeah, it should be good. We've only got a very close grid, so got about 6-7 drivers who can win this race. And obviously, with the Bassett engine penalties, the grid has been mixed up a little bit. And yeah, them two Williams behind Lakita as Casper is about to get going, I believe. So 4 red lights, and we're going to get going now.
Yeah, 5 red lights here in China, and we are underway. And let's see who has the best start. Looks like Marco's got a very clean getaway over Lakita in towards turn 1, and the Casper's also got a good start. He's always had a lightning start where we go to China, and he's going to make his way through in towards turn 3. And this is incredible from Casper. He is loving life up there. This is for the qualifying and the Casper that we love here at One Hub Racing. Mert is in 4th, Gabby's in 5th, Craiggie's moved his way up into 6th place right now, so he's had a dream start, and there's a bit of contact as we head towards the hairpin, but my oh my, we've had plenty of drivers who dropped down the field. Clark's dropped his way down. Collins, by the way, is up to 5th deep after sight on the back, but Marco had a very clean getaway starting at the probably the better side of the grid. Lakita did get away well, but he had Marco for company, and almost he got passed by Casper there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good cleans out there. I've seen some bodywork flying up in the approach of hairpin. So maybe has lost a bit of rear front wing there. Alex is just off. He's on the soft tyre, so he's going a very different way in strategy. I was trying to make some work move through the field, but yeah, great setup by Marco. And yeah, Casper aggressive on the line, but Lakita managed to hang on into 2nd place. Obviously lost the lead there, but thankfully for him, it didn't get much worse for him as well on the run down to the final 2 corners lappers. You've got a Haas. Have a look at Friday. You've got his Alex on Craggy on the soft tyre. Has get his move done, and he's up into 6th place. And yeah, Craggy taps away of him though, and Craggy can go side by side. He can go side by side into the last corner here, but you've got to take a lot of trust in the man you're fighting. And yeah, Craggy backs out of him. Alex up in the 6th place, so good first set by Craggy. A few guys are winning wide, surely picking up corner cut penalties, going running that wide into the last corner.
Interestingly, that Alex had started on the softs, but we had people, I think we had one person in our tier that started on the softs, and he actually did not too bad, to be fair. He finished in P4, I think it was. He did, I think, hard medium, and he made it work. But he could have potentially got on the podium. But I think P4 he would take, and if he seen that Deggio in P3 could do it, then maybe Alex could potentially do it as well. But he's got to climb a lot of places to do that, because we've seen in all the tiers tonight, if you're in a DRS train, it's quite hard to stay out of it in the first couple of laps. So it may take who's going to be the first to blink. Maybe we will have some early pitches of lap 5 or lap 6. And as I was saying just before the start of the stream, we could have multiple strategies at play. We could have double hards, double mediums. I think there's not much difference between the both of them. Any one of those strategies could work today, but if I were you, do not do medium hard. It's not the fastest strategy, and it's not going to work wonders. It's either going to be medium hard medium, or medium hard is the strategy here this evening. I think one of the two, you'll be fine. It depends what you're comfortable with. And Casper has got brilliant straight line speed as we make our way towards turn 14, but Lakita covers him off there, which shows how hard it is to overtake around this circuit. And Callum on arm, by the way, was looking very racy on the back slot, but he can't quite get the move done either. By the way, good race from Dave so far. He's up into 9th place, so he's shown that he's like in China so far. Imagine what it could have been if he was still here, as Casper made his way through past Lakita. Sensational move, and he sets the fastest lap of the race, I believe. So he's showing that he's putting his good skills to good use, and he's now trying to chase Marco down for the lead.
Yeah, good with Casper, the podium himself in his first podium of the season. Yeah, obviously not had a points finish ever since then, so he's looking to really do that well. And he just, I don't know, he seems to do well the first couple of races. I'm just hoping he gets the first pits without issues. I think if he gets the first pits without issues, and he's going to look good as the two, as you've got Lukitu in third place, obviously from pole position. But our biggest gainers are Logan, he's up 4 places, as is Axlock, and Coinar Mason up 3 places in the back of the grid. So they're our biggest winners and losers offline. The biggest losers offline are Lakitu and Dave, who are down. And also Morgan, who's down 3 places. So Morgan, he has a good battle of Axlock in the last lap, and Callum's managed to get his way in between that battle. And obviously Axlock on his return, you got 2 Aston Martins running very close together. And Axlock, I think, will want to get past his teammate because I think he's got more pace.
Yeah, I think, of course, Axel had to miss a few races because he was at WEC last week and he was on holiday with his brother Moqui. So I hope he had a good time. It looked like from the pictures in the management chat that he had a lovely time. So, and he's now back. Usually, sometimes when you have a good break, you're going to do well. As Casper's taken the lead of the race then into all. They make a bit of contact between Marco and Casper, but no harm done, it looks like. And Casper having the straight line speed of dreams here. Can he pull away now from Marco? That's going to be the key thing, because if he doesn't, then he's going to be in a spot of bother. I did just see someone come into the pits. That was early from Dave there. And then being on 2 lap 1 minutes, I wonder if he's picked up damage onto that Aston Martin car. Let's see. As Mert, by the way, tries to get past Lakitu up into third place. And I just looked at this telemetry. Yes, Dave has picked up front wing damage.
Yeah.
Not much, but enough for him to just dive it into the pits.
I wonder if he had that from the start, because I noticed there was a car that had a bit of end plate flipped up at the start. I wonder if he did that. He had to go, he couldn't pit straight away. He was trying to get into a sort of pit window, and he's pitting now, setting medium. So he's going to do medium hard to the race. Basically, what he's doing is basically a one-stop effectively to the end now in that strategy. He's got Mert and Lakitu going side by side here. Lakitu's going to send it round the outside. As he knows he gets run out of room there. You can't, not really know if take opportunity there, but yeah, Lakitu's looking really, he's really struggling as that Mert's got by there. So Lakitu's dropped another position. So Lakitu at the moment hasn't got the race pace, the car's ahead, and Marco is looking to maybe try and repass Casper. Obviously 2 Finnish drivers. They've got a Finnish 1, 2, 3 here, so the Finnish boys are having a great race tonight at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like the Finnish drivers are like taking over One Hub Racing, as and that is always great to see. And we always have a global affair here at One Hub Racing. As Clark's had a spin, but Gabe's having a good race. He almost got past us. Yeah, Clark's had a motor. Lakitu has spin as well. Both Red Bulls have had a nightmare. And he's got 10. Oh, surely that could be removed. That was cruel. But yeah, as soon as we talk about one Red Bull, Jamie, the other Red Bull spot, I thought that was Clark, but no, that was Lakitu. Has had a bit of a moment there.
No, they both had spins. Clark had a spin on turn 13, and Lakitu had a spin there. I wonder if he got a contact there. I don't know. I wasn't on board with it there, but it's a very usual place to drop it. I wonder if he got contact there from a car behind or ahead. That's a shame for Lakitu, our poor man. Obviously, no, any chance of a points finish tonight is really down the toilet. It's actually ironic enough. He's rather third place in Craggy, who's not having a particularly brilliant race at the moment there, but still time for him to come back. As Alex, he's making his soft tyres work. He's in the lead pack, and the pit window is going to open pretty soon for a set of hard tyres. So yeah, Alex is making this work. I have to say, his pace on the soft tyre is looking. It's not too bad, not too shabby, I have to say. His car, it looks a lot better than qualifying, because his car in qualifying looked undrivable. So he's obviously changed the setup a little bit, and obviously now I think the tyre's gone off a little bit, as I believe Arnaud's in the position of free pass. But Alex he's put himself in a not too bad position considering where he qualified.
Yeah, I think he was like me. Qualifying is not my strong suit around here. The race pace is where I really shine, and I think that's what Alex is showing at the moment. And yes, Arnaud's going to pass him. I think there's no question about it, because those softs are definitely not liking it. Morgan's had a spin, unfortunately, down the back, but as we got Arnaud trying to go for a late send of dreams here, as they make a bit of contact in towards turn 15. But I think no harm done now. You comparison between Arnaud and Alex, his tyres there. To be fair, there's not much difference apart from the rears.
No.
41% on the front and on the rear left, 38% on the front left, whereas Arnaud is about... Gabe, by the way, I'm just looking at Gabe and Arnaud. They have less, they've got more front wear on the left on their mediums compared to what we saw with Alex on the soft. So is Alex not using the the front left much compared to everybody else, or maybe just save his tires. I don't know. So it seems to
Maybe,
me
yeah,
Alex is managing his softs better than everyone, quite a lot of drivers right now.
No, but the P40, I think my teammate Shiesty, he did 10 laps on softs, but at the end they were gone at the end. But it is possible. The soft tyre isn't unusable around here. You can get some good stinkness out of it if you manage it well. It looks like Alex has, but he's struggling now a bit now. His pace is dropping off, but as you say, this is around the time he pit anyway, so he's not too bad for him. And if anything, if safety car comes out at the end of the race, he could have a fresh set of mediums to bowl, and all these guys don't. So that could work out a treat from later on. Obviously, we know safety cars here are very unlikely, but it could be a trump card for him later on, as I believe Logan will pass him here. And I believe Alex, if I was Alex, I'd maybe consider pitting this lap. Coming this lap, maybe. I think that might be a good opportunity for him as he does keep on DRS of the car ahead. That's going to not allow Logan to overtake. He's got a McLaren, and Callum's going to go on the outside axlock here into the hairpin. Callum has Axlock's got it well under control though. A nice exit there for Axlock, and he managed to keep on 10th place. There's got a car in the pits, 2 cars in the pits, 3 cars in the pits. This is the pit window opening now. Yeah, Craggy's in, going for undercut. Obviously, not really making much progress, and him and Alex are now. Will they work together to try and move their way up the field?
I think that was I think it was lap 5 or lap 6 I pitted as well, because I was getting held up by quite a few cars, so I had to come in about lap 5, lap 6. So that's potentially what quite a lot of other drivers are doing. They're just stuck behind cars, and they're probably they look to the map and are thinking, right, they're probably gonna get some much clearer air at the moment, as Craggy is up in, well, stays in 11th place, and he's ahead of Alex. Wow. Okay, so yeah. Craggy's ahead of Alex then, and they're on different tyres. Craggy's on hards, Alex on mediums. Medium hard is not the ideal strategy, to be fair. I have not seen that work to his full effect. I've mainly seen the other strategies, but you never know. Alex has proved us wrong on the softs. Well, to be fair, he was on the softs earlier on, and he can make it work. He's got another 7 mediums later on, so anything can happen. I'm intrigued as to why he's gone for this strategy. I'll probably ask at the end of this as well, but literally the front lot have probably got to respond now. If they do not respond, they're going to lose a chunk of time. But we've seen in many of the tiers where for some drivers the undercut did work, and for some drivers the undercut did not work, as Arnaud was figured about a move, but he couldn't do it. But yeah, I think it does depend on whether you're stuck in traffic or not, as to whether the undercut worked. If you're not stuck in traffic, maybe staying out a bit longer will work, as with Marco, and I thought I saw Casper coming in, but no, he stays out. So Marco, Gabe,
2 Alpines coming together,
double stacking. Oh, that is a bit frustrating there with your double stacking. Lakitu and Atslot come in as well. I'm almost certain that Gabe and Arnaud will need to do a bit of bad communication, but to be fair, Gabe joined midway through the season, so of course they might not be in a party together. I would encourage, if you are teammates with each other, to be in a party together. Obviously, you don't have to, but Arnaud's going to lose a chunk of time here coming out of the pit. Where's Craggy? Where's Alex? Where's he gone? It's going to be close, heading in towards T1. Has Craggy's run a bit wide there, as Epic the Animal covers them on the exit in towards turn 2. So brilliant stuff from Logan. Logan is in 3rd place at the moment, in net P3, but Marco on those fresh mediums got the overcut on Craggy and Alex there. So it looks like the overcut worked on this occasion.
Yeah, that's good for him. Obviously, clear air. Obviously, the problem is them guys behind up, they'll be fighting a little bit. And if you fight, you lose time. You keep fighting, obviously, on not ideal lines. And yeah, now Mark's got some nice clear air to put a good lap in and try and get ahead of Casper. Obviously, he's going to commit to the medium hard strategy here. It does give you good track position, I believe, but he may be a bit of a sit duck at the end. So Marco's going to get some good laps in here. Try and make sure these cars do not get in DRS, as Gabe is looking pretty quick, I'd say. He's looking. He could be a threat here to Marco. He's got a yellow flag. That is a Alpine, I believe. It's Arnaud's had a spin there on these tyres. So he's had a double stack, and now he's had a spin. So not a good 2 minute, not a good minute and a half. No, yeah, not a good 2 minutes for Arnaud there in the race. As Mertz in the pits, Casper staying out. So Casper is going for an offset strategy. 9 laps of the mediums, and Mertz in, and where will he come out? He had a pretty good in lap. I believe he come out around Callum
Callum Axlot, I would say, which It's not too shabby. So hard tyres go onto the oh no, not hards, mediums. He goes onto mediums as well. I'm liking the various strategies again in One Hub Racing. We don't get that anywhere else. So Marco is ahead, so is Gabe, and Mert has just come out just behind them. So we'll see if Mert can try and close in a bit more. And the order is shaken up a little bit. I can't remember what the pit lane loss is around here. Do you know, Jamie?
It's around 23 seconds. 23 seconds around that sort of time. Me and John were doing a practice race earlier before, and we were sort of right on each other's tails when we pitted, and it was around 23 seconds of pit loss. So give or take. Obviously, it depends how aggressive you are in the pit lane. Obviously, me and John aren't the most aggressive drivers in the pit lane. So for some of these guys, it might be slightly less. It might be around 22 seconds. But yeah, it's that sort of range anyway.
Yeah, there is so we're going to keep an eye on the Casper's pace then, as we got a yellow flag. That was Casper. Casper's had enough. Casper's had enough then. And that's going to allow J. Cole to close quite a bit. So he got really squirmy on the exit there. That's not looking good for Casper. I think his tires are gone. Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of time, which is
He'd be in this lap, surely.
Yeah, he's got to come in. If he doesn't come in, maybe that's what his downfall was. And yet he is coming to the pits now. So a bit frustrating there, as Mert has got past Gabe on the exit of turn 14. So nice job from the Williams driver. And I'm a bit gutted for Casper, because he was having such a good race all throughout, and it's just come undone with him staying up. He's going soft tyres. Wow. We saw that with Alex, and it worked. I think Casper's going to try. He's dropped out. Look at where he's dropped down due to that spin. 10th place.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time. He lost 4 or 5 seconds during that spin. It's cost him all his places. Wow, that was very. He's coming out of pits on body in there, and it was very close to the Mercedes. He's behind Colin and Morgan. That's how much time lost. Colin Morgan went at the back of the field, really, the first in. That's how much time Casper's lost. But on the fresh soft, he should cruise past these guys easily. Should be no bother passing these guys, as Curry's in the lead. I believe for the first time we've seen, obviously not yet to pit. So Curry is going to lead a lap for this season. It's great to see Curry leading the lap, as Casper does get by Colin there. As Colin has had a bit of a moment there. Colin obviously not having the best season, struggling a bit for pace, but he's sticking in there and hoping for the best. He said if he fast lap points this season, I wonder if he's going for one later on in the race, as the gap between I did predict maybe possibility of winning 1-2, and the Williams are winning 1-2 on track net at the moment. So yeah, these Williams boys are really looking to really lay a staked claim to putting one hand on that trophy tonight.
I think so as well, and I have to say Mert has really come along since the start of the season. Yes, he struggled at the start, but now I think he's improved and learned from the drivers around him as the season goes on, and he's been really respectful in the stewards room as well. Atslot gets past Callum, but Callum going to fight back here on the exit of turn 14. No, Atslot went a bit too deep, which is going to allow Callum a better exit in towards the penultimate corner. They're still going to go side by side. No, they're not going to go side by side. Atslot stays ahead for now, and that's going to allow him to get a top 8, which is a respectable result for his return back to One Hub Racing after a couple of weeks off. Still Curry to pit, the only driver yet to pit, but everyone else has done at least one stop, and then everyone of course has one more stop to make, because it's a mandatory 2-stop race. And before you ask, yes, Colin is not in the Mercedes, but he rejoined and it wouldn't let his kick Sauber car. So there you go. That is why Colin is in the Mercedes, because in the game when he rejoined wouldn't let him choose his kick Sauber car.
As a J. Cole, with Colin just let J. Cole by there, obviously on the quicker tyre teammates, and J. Cole will just let his teammate through there, try and pursue Morgan, who having a good fight there at the low end of the points finishes, as Lakitu, that he had to serve that 10-second penalty in the pits, so he has dropped a long way back in 14th place. So that's so unfortunate for Lakitu there. Obviously had that moment there, and that penalty which was served in the pit lane, and he is now a long way back, as Marco is about to catch Curry here. I wonder if Curry may pit this lap. 11 laps on the hard. You don't want to go much longer than 11 laps on the hard tyres. If you go any much longer than that, then you really are not going to make use of your other 2 sets of tyres. I really expect to see Curry pull the pits at the end of this lap. He's led a couple laps, and he should be pulling the pits now, I believe.
Maybe he wants to have a bit of glory. Stays out.
Yeah, well, he's led about 3-4 laps now, and now Marco's got to pass him. He's got to be careful. He's got to pass him quickly, because if he gets up behind him through the middle sector, it's going to allow Gabe, Mert, and Logan, and Craggy and Alex to get back in DRS. So this is not good. This is Marco is good. If we've got to do ascend in the hairpin here, he's going to have to, unless these guys apparently are going to get back in the DRS. So Marco will go for a move here. Surely he's going to go for the inside. Surely he's going to go for it here. No, he backs out of it. I'm quite surprised. If I was him, I'd have gone for it there and try and get by, because Curry is going to hold him up for this whole middle sector.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what Marco's trying to do here, but to be fair, Curry's playing a defensive masterclass here, and
help his teammate out, of course.
Yeah, he's helping out Alex, maybe potentially. I don't know, which you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to help your teammate, but you're not allowed to help anyone else. And I think, of course, with Marco and Mert P2 and 3 right now, this could be potentially some good results for them.
Back in DRS now.
Yeah, they are back in DRS. Look at that. Curry's playing the team game here, which is working, I think. So let's watch Curry and Marco. And that's an interesting thought you had as well. And I think Marco's got to get it here. I think Curry's struggling on those tyres, and it's almost 3 seconds quicker.
Now he's done his job.
Yep. 3 seconds quicker than Curry per lap. That is huge. So Marco's got bars as well. The Williams went a bit wide and almost hit Gabe in the process, but I don't think they got away with damage there. They were very, very, very lucky there. That was close. That was close. But Curry comes in. He slows down quite cautiously, but he just wants to speed into pits. There we go. So everybody is pitted.
Yep, that's good to see him in pits. And now I've got one more pit stop to do at the end of the race. And this is interesting with guys with the mediums and hards. So we are going to get a different strategy end. And say Casper on the soft as well. He's going to pit really early as well. So This what I love about these races. Guys go different ways on the middle stint, and it's going to make the final stint really interesting. You've got guys that got big leads, but they're going to be sitting ducks effectively. And now Mert now is looking quick at his teammate here, and this is interesting for the Williams boys. What do you do here? Do you let Mert have a go at his teammate, or do you ask him to hold back and try and help Marco in his quest to win the championship? At the moment, if it was also like this, Marco would, I believe, take over the championship lead. So this is really interesting.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Be very close because.
Sorry, carry on.
No, I believe Alex will be 1 point ahead still, because it'll be a 12-point swing. But it will all depend on the fast lap, of course. But yeah, there's Gabe is looking really threatening. If anything, Gabe looks quicker than these guys. We've got Logan as well. These guys could be 3 wide into the hairpin, but what Logan do? He's going to go up inside. He is. He's going to be side by side here. Are they going to make it? Yes. Gabe does give him room on the inside, but Gabe gets a really good exit there, and Logan can't think about that. That was good racing between them two, and gives up a nice respectful racing, give each other room. And now Marco is in DRS, and the guys behind, he cannot break it. So that lap behind Curry has really cost Marco dear, because before that he was pulling away nicely. Now he can't break. Now he can't get these guys off his tail.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see the different strategies play here, and I'm loving this fight. So grab the popcorn, ladies and gentlemen, because we are seeing who has made the right stuff today, and we know that Marco is a lot quicker than Mert that lap. 6 tenths quicker, I believe, compared to Mert. So he is showing that he has the pace. As Clark's out the race in the pit lane. No safety car.
And Dave makes his final pit stop on the hard tyres. He's going to have to do half the race at hard tyres. It is possible for sure, but they're not going to be that quick at the end of the race. So Dave going for a very long strategy there. He's going to come out close to Arnaud, who obviously had his moments as a spin there, and we'll see Arnaud hope these two probably hope for a safety car there to get themselves back in the race.
Yeah, I think that is the only opportunity that Dave has to win this race. Of course, we did have a safety car in P2, the only one, I believe, in all the tiers today. But I don't think we've had any in the other tiers. So let's hope we can continue this and not have any more in the P1 tier. As we can see Gabe trying to go to attack on Mert and also go defensive on Logan. And I have to say, Gabe has been my driver the race so far, because Gabe was in doubt on whether he was going to attend this race due to an accident in real life, as Atzlock is under huge pressure to come on there. Marco's in the pits. That is, I think, a lap earlier than I was expecting, but like you were saying earlier, it can be done. But let's watch Casper did as well. Axelot, I think he's going to try and defend from Callum here. I know it's for sixth on the road, but this is great racing as I think they're going to stay ahead for now. But Casper is in. Well, he kind of had to anyway because he's had not a good race. But with Mert and Gabe, what they're going to think about now, Gabe has got to probably extend for a bit longer if they don't have some hard stint left. Whereas Mert, he can afford to pit now and go on hards to the end. I am loving this strategy.
Crucially for Marcus, come out just ahead of Curry, obviously, who pitted on his first pit stops. Marcus some nice clean air to get his tires up temperature and put some quick laps to really undercut these guys and try and get that lead he had earlier on back as a Gabe. Now without DRS and Card, I wonder if Gabe may be going for a lead here. Gabe may fancy a pass the lead here. I think it looks quicker. The quickest of these guys in the pack. His pace looks really rapid as Mert Sugar and mediums, so 6 lap on mediums, they won't be feeling that nice anymore. And now Gabe, he's got DRS, he's using his battery. What sort of straight line speed does he have though? Is he going to be close enough to go for a move into the hairpin? He's looking a bit too far back for my liking. Yeah, he's going to back out of it, not using the battery anymore. Yeah, he's going to lunge up inside though, very late braking there, trying to spook the Williams, but Mert's experienced enough to not fall for that trick.
Yeah, he's definitely not falling for that trick in that occasion, and they're playing some good race. Oh, Epic has got past Mert into P2 on that lap. Oh, yes, Mert's come in. He's in the pits. Yeah, never mind. So Mert has decided to listen to what I potentially said and possibly go for the pits because they can't get to the end, of course. So nicely done. Nice, good stint for Mert there as he comes through and goes onto the hard tyres till the end of the Grand Prix. So that will just leave Axelot and Jacob to pit very soon as well. So Marco's going to get a 1.1 second undercut on Mert. So with Marco pitting a lap early, that has helped him a bit more there. And guess who's the net third? It's Curry.
Yeah. Oh no, he's still got another stop to do. He's only done one stop.
Oh, I was getting so excited.
No, he did that long first stint. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So he's in a bit of false position there, but his pace seems quite good at the moment. There, he's obviously these leaders are not going to enjoy passing them. I think Marco had a huge sigh of relief when he came out of pitch just ahead of Curry. It was very close actually, my exit turn too, and yeah, that has helped him build a nice lead over Mert, and now going to hope Colin pits soon because next guy's going to catch his Colin, but if everybody else head in will pit before he gets to catch up to him. So yeah, Marco now he's back where he wants to be, nice clear air to go ahead of his teammate in that second place as a bit of a buffer. So Marco is in dreamland at the moment as Axelot and Callum and Jacob final third place. I believe Callum and Lamb's got them both there into the hairpin, so these guys had a good fun battle here as Logue Epic Animal does pit. One of these guys pit, yeah, Callum does pit off the hard tyres, and so does Axelot Pan go for an undercut on J. Cole, who stays out for another lap. So yeah, I say these guys having a good battle in the midfield, and they're not that far off the podium fight actually. They actually aren't that far off the guys at the front, so they are having a really good race.
They are having a very good race. That's early.
12
That's
laps.
early for certain mediums. 12 laps.
Yeah, 12 laps. That is going to be a stretch, but that is going to be interesting if he can make that last. As they both come up pits together as Colin also comes in at hard tyres. Go down. Colin could be on for points finish tonight. Yeah, he's having a solid race. He could be on for points finish if I think he's battling Curry for the final points position.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. And I remember we were talking in the pre-race show that Curry and Colin were having some fights for quite a good fights this season.
So I think we could Curry going side by side. Yep, side by side into the S's. Oh, contact there, and that's Curry having a spin. And yeah, that was on the fresh tyres.
I jinxed you.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm on just come out the pits there. Obviously, wanting to get the near done, but. Yeah, that's a shame for Curry there, having a spin there, and I think that'll be in the stewards' room tonight. So
yeah,
obviously we didn't have a single instant last week in the stewards, but I think with that instant there, we'll be getting one in tonight.
40% from right damage on Logan's car, Epic the Animal, so he's going to have to come in again, and because otherwise he's going to just lose so much ground to Alex and Casper.
So it's been both their races really, and Alex got nipped inside here.
You can see on the car that the the end plate damage is looking quite visible on that car. So he's going to lose so much ground, so much downforce, so which you need with a track like China, where you're going to need it for the corners. So he's going to struggle in the corners. Jaco and Morgan do come into the pit as Morgan goes onto the hards. Jaco also goes onto the hards. So that should go until the end of this Grand Prix, as we've got 11 laps to go of this race, and still Gabe, the only driver to pit. But wow, yeah, look at the gap.
The front three are close up on each other. And Alex, tell you what, this is turning out to be not a bad damn team chase race for Alex in 5th place, which will be 4th when Gabe. Well, actually, will it be 4th when Gabe pits? Gabe is going to do the offset here, so he's going longer to maybe get fresher tyres in the race. The problem doing the offset is, it is probably the fastest strategy also in terms of time, but the fact that you fall behind cars and overtaking cars, especially in the Australia, is so difficult there. So Gabe doing the right strategy for probably if it was a race with no traffic, but with traffic, then he's gonna find it hard to overtake guys.
Yeah, I think with the traffic, especially this final stint, if you are struggling towards the end of your stint where you potentially have pitted early, that's why you're just going to lose just so much time. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep all the different strategies. Callum is going to be the unknown because obviously we haven't seen well, we've seen drivers in other teams pitting this early for mediums, but 9 times out of 10 it just doesn't work out. But we'll see what happens as Gabe, I think, stays out another lap. He's going to probably go to lap 20, lap 21. Yeah, he's going to have to go on medium. He's definitely
going mediums. Yeah, if you pit for hard, you pit 2 3 laps ago. Has he got set in yellow too? That is a Haas, I believe, of Curry. Curry's had another spin there, so yeah, Curry's not having a good couple laps there. Looking good to the point earlier on. Coming pits now, and he's a long way behind Lakitu. As him and Arnold are fighting the back there. Staying in the race, and their only hope is safety car, and obviously we'll be fighting for a point at the end of a fast lap maybe. There's that does bump Colin up into the points with Lakitu in 14th, obviously 5 seconds back, trying to cover from that 10-second penalty, which obviously he can't get removed now because he did serve it in the pit lane.
Yes, that is the rules. Unfortunately, unfair that it is. If you get that penalty, we can't delete a penalty that's already been served because it messes up with the race time and it gets a bit frustrating, and we could be on like infinity, like 3 seconds or whatever, like they go into like Miami or something, like they're already racing in Miami, so we're not allowing that, unfortunately. So because what happens if we get a safety car and people ask to remove their 10-second penalties there, that is not allowed. So
get catapulted to the win basically, because if it's like 8 seconds back, they'll basically win the race, which is
unfair.
Yeah, it is. There's it's the epic animal of his wing damage. His pace isn't actually that bad. He's keeping up with these guys as Gabe does pit, and he's going to come out. Let's see where he'll come out. I believe he'll come out around where Callum is, just behind Callum. So he's going to come out in 7th place. He's going to have some overtaking to do, but he's going to have some quick tires to do that overtaking. So it's going softs. Wow, it is doable. It is doable, but he might struggle at the end, but he's going to come out pretty close to Callum. My calculations are right, and yeah, he's going to come out just behind Callum there. Callum cuts ahead of him there, but look how much more grip he has. Coming out pits already around the outside of Callum. He's going to get a good exit here. Surely have the superior traction on them soft tyres. Yeah, he's going to be through. Callum's going to fight on the inside though. These two going side by side. Gabe, gets position there up into 7th place, and now that's crucial for him to get that move done there, because now he's got a bit of clean air to Casper ahead. They say Casper has had a good recovery drive from his moment there. He's not far off the podium. Casper's recovery drive from his little moment, it's been quite impressive, I have to say. It's good to see Casper having a solid run tonight.
Yeah, I think Casper, despite that spin, he's still in that train. He can still win this race, and it shows how brilliant pace he had throughout the race. And without that spin, and without that moment in towards turn 13 and 14, I think he potentially could have won that race, which is, I think, a bit gutting if your name is Casper. But he's still got a long way to go with about 8 laps to go of this one, and he can still get a top 5 finish, which for Casper standards is probably better than a lot of races this season. Craggy, on the other hand, he is on fire. Let's look at the position gained, by the way, for Craggy's. Logan does get past Alex. Craggy's gained 4, Logan's gained 8 despite that damage. So Craggy's having a decent race so far, and you can see they're using a lot of the right-hand side here because of that bump in towards just before turn 1. You will feel it, and that's why they're just gaining so much time. They're just moving to the right a little bit, and they're moving back to the left as soon as the bump is pretty much gone. So, not going to say too much more,
Alex.
but Casper is almost past Alex, but I think he's going to try and burn a bit of battery here to potentially get past Alex. He's going to try and go for
Alex gets good exit.
No. Yeah, he's got a good exit.
Alex, yeah, needs to be better himself at the defenders. Actually, Logan actually overtook Alex there, even despite you can see he's clear, visible end plate damage. But if he didn't have his damage, he'd be fighting for the win. I'm sure of it. But because on a track like this, to be as quick as he is there with that visible damage, I remember I once had a race on China with damage fighting up front, and it is. So, on some corners it's alright, but this corner here is going to suffer a lot. He's actually pulling away from Alex. He's actually nearly broken DRS of Alex there. So I say Logan's race with his damage is quite impressive as Gabe and Casper going side by side. Gabe and then fresh set of softs. Look, he's only 4 seconds off the lead. Don't count out Gabe for podium here. If he can get them softs last, so that's going to be the issue. Can he get them softs to last? As Casper maybe going to fight back here with a lot of straight line speed, even without DRS. He overtook that. Surely he's on the battery there for that opportunity there. As Gabe going to go inside here on the soft tyres, Casper's going to fight around the outside, but Gabe, his superior traction is going to allow him to move up into P6.
Yep, so up to P6 is Gabe, but how much longer can he last for? And probably the softs may not last well the first stint, but the final stint, because you're on the lower fuel.
Craggy and Mert have come together, I believe, and Mert has spun there into turn 1, and he's going to come out with a Gabe and Mert, and now Gabe's had the contact there with Mert, and Gabe's off too there, so a messy couple of corners there for
and
these guys.
Got a penalty.
Yeah, 3-second penalty down in 14th, and that's cost any chance to Mert for the win's gone, and any chance for Gabe for the win's gone. And now at the moment it's going to be Craggy versus Marco for the win, with Logan with his fulcrum damage up in 3rd place.
He's my job of the day so far.
I only saw the end of it. I'm not sure what happened there, but
yeah.
I just saw the Ferrari and the Mercedes Williams coming together. I'm sure that'll be in the Stewards as well. So, obviously, Stewards had a week off last week, and I'm afraid. But tonight, they're not going to have a week off anymore, I won't presume. And you guys aren't going to have a week off for the Inside the Stewards stream next week, because I believe there'll be a few incidents.
Yeah, we had a nice week off, actually, because there was only one incident in the P2 tier, and I think it was no further action. So and Colin wasn't available, so we were just like, yeah, we will take the night off, and yeah, I think we're going to have plenty to talk about this week, though. So we're not going to run out of things to talk about, luckily, which means we can educate our drivers more on some racing, which is always
Alex
great
is
to see.
Buy Logan.
Alex is going by Logan. Alex could still get the win here.
Yeah, it's good. This is good on a bad day. This is how you win championship. And the Beck's only bad days. Gabe's off into the gravel. And I won't be surprised if Gabe retires from the race there. Where is he? Where's that gravel?
He's beached. He's beached. He is beached. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah. He's good. Come on. Get the car. Come on. Don't get disqualified. Wow. He's a long way off there.
I didn't even know there was gravel down there. He's got 10 seconds.
Well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this will be retirement in the pit lane for Gabe. He was looking good for a possible race win. And he's going to hit it in the wall there. Lewis Hamilton style. Hopefully that does not cause
I don't think you're meant to retire on purpose. That looked like it was on purpose to me.
And he's caused safety car as well. So safety car has come out now. And do you pit for softs? You have to, don't you? You have to pit.
Or if you have a fresh set of meters, maybe go on that. But I think they don't. But I think if the intentional
Alex might have fresh set of meters because obviously he started on soft. So this could work out here for Alex and Casper. Casper could be back in this race now for a good result.
Yeah, because Casper did his middle stint on softs.
I don't want to say too much about DNF there, but
yeah, I'm not going to say too much more.
It will get reviewed, obviously. Yeah, obviously he can show his he'll get a chance to state his case there. But anyway, safety car is out now, and if you're Marco, you probably kick yourself there because he had that covered. He was pulling the gap on Craggy. He was about to break the rest of Craggy there, and now this allowed everybody else to catch right back up. And obviously, if the likes of Arnold and Curry who stayed in the race, then they're gonna love this because they can maybe.
They can still
They
get
can maybe see a point or
points.
two. Yeah, they're on the lead lap, which is the one you have to do. Stay in the lead lap, obviously, because this game does not allow lap cars to overtake, unlike real life. And now they've done that, now they're back in the race. Now, what are these things going to do? Marco, surely you have to pit. You're going to be sitting ducks out on hards. Who's going to... Everyone's in the pits.
Everywhere, but
Look,
oh no,
Logan stayed out.
with a damaged front wing.
Yeah. Well, he's yet
I,
to win a race this season, so maybe he's fancying Hail Mary to actually win, but I don't think that's going to work. Because everyone... As Morgan
I don't
watch...
think it's going to work, unfortunately.
No, everybody else is diving the pit lane, so everyone else is going to be on fresh soft by the guy on
Oh,
seven
I've
lap
just
old
seen the chat.
hards.
I've just seen the chat. I'm really sorry to hear, Gabe. I'm really sorry. I hope you get better soon, my friend. But yeah, we will have a look. We will have a look at that as well. But I think for quite a lot of drivers, obviously, if they're having issues like that, they would probably retire in the pits. But Gabe, get better soon, my friend, because you've been suffering from quite a lot of issues in the last week. So yeah, get better soon and go and have some rest. Have a hot chocolate or a drink or something like that. As Arnold's got a penalty. Now, for drivers like Arnold and Lakita who've got penalties, they're going to drop weight. Well, they're probably in the back anyway.
I think Arnold got that penalty coming to pits because he was in the pit lane when it happened. Maybe he cut the corner a bit too much in pit entry there, but there's a 3-second penalty for him. And obviously that's a penalty that cannot be removed. And these late safety cars, I think Arnold wouldn't mind though because he was out of the race anyway, so he's had a bit of fun now. And Lakita obviously now... Yeah, he's got the penalty, but he's not looking to score any sort of points before the safety car. Maybe now he can sneak a point or two. Maybe try and get a damage temptation here. But Marco now, he's going to have to get this move done quickly because Logan will be a sitting duck on a damaged wing and hard tyres. So Marco, he's got to be careful of Craggy Bang. We know how aggressive Craggy is, and Craggy, he's going to have to. This restart's going to be interesting. It really is. It's going to be very difficult for Logan to really. I can't see him defending from these guys behind. He's going to do a score point, I believe.
Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a close race for the final couple of laps. We saw it in PU2, how close that was, and how I think it was a 4 or 5 car fight for the win. I can't call it. I think Casper must be loving, because Casper doesn't usually like safety cars. He's probably glad that a safety car has come in right now, because he can still have a chance to win this race.
Yeah, podium for sure. He could podium for sure. Yeah, possible win as well. I believe the win might come to the front 2 or 3, but you know these safety cars, when guys got aggressive, you may see more incidents. Safety cars can cause... We say cautions be cautions, but we were very too late for that to happen. But it can cause incidents. These guys, all on fresh set of tyres, all going to have fully charged batteries. Fuel's not going to be an issue for these guys. Tyre wear's not going to be an issue. So you're going to see 3-lap sprint. I believe the safety car will come to the end of this lap. So we're going to have a 3-lap sprint to the end. Obviously, DRS will not be in play for the first lap, but it will be for the final 2 laps. So this is going to be really exciting. It's going to be a 3-lap sprint effectively to the end. With anybody can win this race. It's a little bit lottery at this stage with this late safety car.
Yeah, I think, and we've seen in plenty of tiers in the last few seasons that when we went to China, where late safety cars bring chaos, and there's going to be, especially in this tier, quite a lot of people are going to go for moves.
Last time around the P2 tier round, it had it here. It was absolute chaos. You were in that race. I was in that race, and it was absolute chaos. So similar sort of time. So hold your hats. This could be very interesting. Now you got to be careful. Sometimes this game, the game likes to bring the safety car in at the very last minute. So it should go another lap, but do not be surprised to see that safety car coming in message come as these cars come into the final corner. It happened in the P40 in Bahrain and also last week in Saudi. So watch out. This safety car message could happen now. So we're going to be wary of that.
It won't go now because Arnold and Curry is still to catch up to the safety car. So I think it'll be out for
it's good news for Logan if it says another lap. It's good news for Logan. The longer that safety car stays out, the better it is for him.
Yeah, I think Epic's going to hope that the safety car doesn't come in ever. But in this game, it's not like it ends on the safety car. The safety car has to come in. That's where it's coded. So it has to come in at the end of lap 26 at the late the end of lap 26 at the latest. So I can't call who's going to win this one. And my money is on, I don't know. I think my money's on Craggy. I really think he's going to have, he's starting in the back.
He's yet to win a race this season.
Exactly. And I originally picked him for the race win, mainly because of his, like, tenacity and, like, his overall consistency. So imagine that he could turn his qualifying form around from today and win this one. That will be amazing. But keep an eye on Alex, keep an eye on Casper, but pretty much keep an eye on the whole of the top 6.
Yeah, Arnold could coming again. Another fresh set of softs. Obviously, we've had quality restarts. We have done. You have plenty of soft tyres for the race, and that's quite. That's still no brainer. Anyway, them guys at back, obviously, they're going to catch up again before Seneca comes in. They're going to have a slightly fresh set of softs, which I don't think make too much of a difference. But they're back anyway. They might as well do it. And you never know. If it's the final lap, it may be a bit better for these guys. Obviously, they're going to catch. Make sure they catch the safety car though, because if you don't catch the train, it's going to work for them. They should do, no bother. And yeah, I'm not surprised. At the back, you might as well pit there, because you're not going to lose anything, because you might gain something. You never know. And safety car is in the end of this lap, so look, Epic Ammo is going to have plenty of time to get his tyres and prepared for the restart. So when will he go? If I was him, I wouldn't leave it too late.
Leave it as late as possible. Leave it as late as possible, and you got to think ahead. You got to think, right, when would the other drivers, if they were leading, think about coming in and restarting the race and do the opposite? Because I think that's what we saw Lukey do in P2, and it pretty much worked for him to be in the lead for a lap or two. So that's what Logan's got to do. Do it when drivers least expect it. Caught everyone else off guard and see if he could try and hold on to the lead for as much as he possibly can. It's going to be hard, but if he does, then fair play, as we're about to go green flag racing here in Shanghai for the final time tonight. We've had lots of tiers of fantastic racing, and yes, Logan is going to leave it as late as possible. Where's he going to go? He's thinking about it. He's still not going. He's weaving. He's going. I think, is he going? Yeah, he's leaving it as late as he possibly can. And everyone else was caught off guard there as Casper trying to make their way through, as well as Craggy. Craggy trying to defend from Casper's through. Goes Casper. Goes Casper on the inside, and he takes P3 off of Craggy, and Craggy is struggling there for grip, it looks like, on those soft tyres, but Marco's got past Epic there for the lead, so unless Marco just does anything crazy, he could potentially win this one, as Mert trying to go up the inside as he made a great contact with Casper, as
there was contact there, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shame there, and that's cost Casper a chance to win. Marco fully believed that everyone else is having some contact in front of them as well. And Logan, to be fair, is still in P2 of this race. This is going to get nail-biting last lap and a half.
Yeah, but look at the gap. Marco's pulled a 3-second gap there. Marco with a great move in turn one on Logan. Can go around that side. No DRS in play here, so it's looking really threatening behind Casper. Go bang wheels here. Casper had a fantastic restart here. He won't lose his second place to the Williams man, and he's going to go for it here. Logan's got no grip whatsoever. He is really struggling. 3 seconds off lead. Look at a 3-second gap. Marco is going to cruise to the win here, but who's going to get second place? We've got 3 wide. Look at this. We've got 3 wide here. We've got the banging wheels there. Wild been there. Casper has got the inside line. We've got Mert on the outside. We've got Logan still in there. We've got Craggy involved. Alex also in the fight, and Craggy has lost some places. Craggy's not had a great restart.
No, but he's not had the best of restarts, and I jinxed him. So Craggy, I am so sorry, my friend. You're probably going to blame me. Logan's got a penalty actually. So we got Marco
Alex
in P1.
gets by as well.
Yeah, Alex get by 2, and Logan just got back ahead of Callum.
Callum on the outside.
This
Look
is
at Jay Cole up in 8th place.
You see, this is what we know from J. Cole. When there's safety cars, he just capitalises on the carnage, and he could get one of his best results of the season as long as he doesn't make contact with Logan as he goes round the outside.
Logan's got 3-second penalty as well, so he'll drop out the points here.
Penalty, so he's going to drop out the points. We know that if you've got penalties during a safety car, it's
Axel
going to cost you.
around the outside.
Axel around the outside.
He's got no
as
grip.
well.
This is like a different formula, these guys. This is like 26-star racing here. Axel on the inside here. And yeah, it's got to be done. Logan just got no grip, and that's going to allow Morgan through. But Marco is going to come to the race victory. Logan is fighting it, fair play to him, but yeah, he's not going to score a point. As
Mert is
Marco's
catching
got
up to
3.5.
Casper. Mert
Yep,
is catching up to Casper. I will cover
DRS
it
will
this
be in
one.
play as well. DRS will
Yep.
be in play.
DRS will be in play, and we got Mert versus Casper versus Craggy then. But someone spun a moment. That's Colin. That's Colin. That's him out of the race. I think that was a technical issue for Colin, but here comes Mert past Casper in towards turn 14. And can Casper get the switch back? He went too deep there into the corner, but Marco, who's had a brilliant race, goes on to win in Shanghai and tries to close in on Alex in the championship. Mert gets second, Casper third, Alex in fourth, Craggy fifth, and I didn't see the rest of the order because it all went close. But my
Yeah,
oh my,
very
that
fast.
was a really nail-biting ending there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Marco also set a fast lap in there, so that's another point for him. That's 21 points. I believe Alex did get 4th place, so that's a 9-point swing. So the gap will be down to 4 points, I believe, between them two. And look at that, all finished podium. Look at everything that I won up before. These are the 3 best drivers tonight, anyway. I think this is the right order. Obviously, we had to have a bit of safety car to get to it, but these 3 guys definitely deserve the podium. And Marco, after a difficult couple of races, is now put himself right back in the championship hunt, only with a 4-point gap to his teammate Alex. Alex still 4th place, so that's a decent recovery for him after a difficult round for him. He'd be glad to get this track out of the way, I think, because he did not look comfortable on this track tonight.
No, he doesn't. And unfortunately for Callum, that he's probably out of the championship now, but I don't think he doesn't care. But let's run through your order then. From it's a finished 1, 2, 3, by the way, Jamie. So the finish once again doing well. So we've got Marco for Mert, Casper, Alex, Craggy, Callum, J. Cole, Dave, 8th place. Fair play to him. We've got Atslot, Curry, Morgan, Logan, Arnold, Lakiji, Colin, who is classified by the way, Gabe, and Clark, unfortunately, DNF'd. As fastest lap inside the top 10 belongs to probably Arnold.
Marco.
Oh, no.
Marco got it. Marco got it. Fast lap at the end, he said.
No. I'm talking about outside the top 10. I know Marco got it inside the top 10. I did see someone get 134, but I didn't quite catch who that was. But I'm sure Cam will be able to do that when he does the standings later on. But it's now time to pick our sim racing setups driver of the day. And Jamie, I'll start with you.
I'm going to go with a guy who has had a difficult run of races. He didn't have a point until, actually, ironic enough, he got the same result in Silverstone. I'm going to go with Casper for 3rd place. I think he deserves it. He had really good qualifying, really good race. I'm going to say, Casper, well done. Do you think without your moment before the first pit stop, you could have won today? But well done on the P3.
Good question there for Casper. A decent result, but I think he could have challenged potentially for the win today. I agree. My driver of the day has got to go to the race winner because there were moments where we could have lost it, and Marco has really set a precedent. He is going to be, I think, the one who could challenge for the championship along with Alex, and I'm just trying to figure out where Marco would be. Of course, it's about a 12-point gap between Alex and Marco in the championship, and now it's going to close down to around about, I think, 6 points.
I think it's 4 points.
Yeah, 4 points. Okay, my maths is awful, so ignore my maths and concentrate on Jamie's maths. But my question for Marco is, well done on another victory, your first since round 7. Do you think you could close up to Alex in the championship? And do you think you have a one shot of the constructors now with Mert having a great performance too? So those are my questions, and the drivers can vote tomorrow in a poll. But next week we head to Miami. We've got 3 more rounds to go, 3 more pieces of action, as we've got Miami on the 3rd of May, Abu Dhabi on the 10th, and Las Vegas on the 17th. Miami is always a fun race to watch. We haven't seen many races around Miami in one hub, but we have seen plenty of chaos, but good strategy calls as well. What can we expect here in Miami next week?
Well, it's an interesting track. Obviously, it's the track where you're going to see a lot of overtaking because of the nature of the track, but also you're going to see a lot of, from what my experience of Miami, it's a track where it is really about the balance of the car, because it's the first sector is such a contrast of 2 sectors. You've got to really get the right feel for the car, and that's an interesting. Obviously, it does go the real life race as well in the Miami, so that's good to get that synergy back. And yeah, Miami's a track which is so easy to make a mistake because you get that Mickey Mouse section before the first sector where you go over up over them curbs. It's so easy to hit the wall there. So it requires precision, but you also need to have really good cars down the straight. So getting that balance right is going to be so difficult for everybody on all 4 tiers. But it's a challenge we've got to figure out over the next week, and we'll see you all back next week to hopefully show you how we all figured it out. And obviously the rain could be factors. The rain chances for the race keeps increasing. I believe there's about a 50% chance we could get rain for the race next week. Obviously qualifying less so, but for the race we could definitely get some form of rain, which will make it interesting. Obviously rain, it might feel that fake swimming pool up we have at Miami.
And for the drivers that have not taken one of their carb wear penalties yet, they're probably regretting it week after week, it looks like. But yes, your star of the show tonight was Marco, but can he hold the fort against Alex? We'll have to wait and see. But finally, thank you to all our sponsors. We've got Delta app, sim racing setups, Next Level Racing, Pure Sim Gear, SimGrid, and Vespertine, as well as our charity Mental Health Foundation. We couldn't do it without you. Make sure you follow us on our socials at One Hub Racing on Twitch, YouTube, X, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can also join us on the Discord server. We still have spaces in some of our tiers, so if you feel like you want to give it a go for the last 3 races, then please do. We would like to have you. It'll be a warm-up for Season 29, where we will hopefully race in the DLC cars. We don't even know when that's going to be released yet. EA, please tell us ASAP, please. That would be lovely, so we can start planning for next season. Only joking. But anyway, take care, everyone. We will see you next week, same time at 7:30 for the P1 tier around Miami. But you can catch the Inside the Stewards Room stream at 7 o'clock with Colin and Nick taking you through the instance from China. And I think there's going to be more than last week, so be prepared, everyone. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.